Hello and welcome back to another OMNIHEROES video. Today I'm just going to go through the Chaotic 8 space here. I've not done a video on this Season 3 content before, so just a roundup of where I'm at currently. Finished the Rift Odyssey up to the Nightmare section, level 100, and Synergy Slate looks a bit like this. So I've not focused anything on Ethereals. As you can see, Ethereals still at Crude, I think. Yeah, Crude 3. Mystifiers at Common 1. Glorians I've leveled up to Rare +1. Valinators still at Crude +1. Doomsdayers at Common 3. Avengers at Uncommon 2. And these are the two that I've focused on. So the Hunter's Slate, Rare +1, and the Summoner's Slate, Rare +1. So with that, let's jump into Chaotic Space 8. So I've just unlocked this thanks to the sweeps that I've done. We've got 78 missions to go. Now, something that you can do to effectively clear all of the missions is you can click on Challenge, and you click on, once you're in the challenge mode, you have your teams already set up. They will be, I'm not going to do this, but they will be there and available for you. You can use the preset function here. So as you can see, I've got a couple of preset teams. First one being Ethereals, then the Glorians, then Avengers, Doomsdayers, Mystifiers, and Valinators. The next preset team, this was a successful run for the Rift Odyssey, and then I changed it up slightly, a second preset team for Rift Odyssey, and then this is the Void Hunters preset that I have in place. Void Hunters is a very fun synergy, and I'll show that off if we do get to one of those stages. So in this case, as you can see, I'll click on the Glorians. My Glorians have already set up. I've got my artifacts here, and I think I can deploy some different ones. So we're going to deploy crit resistance, we're going to deploy dodge, and increase crit rate, and why not effect resistance as well. Now we'll save that, and then we'll go into preset teams. We'll go to the Glorians preset team, click this button, and it will save the current setup that we do have as well. So I click auto battle, and we'll go through the setup that I've got. Pretty standard Glorian setup. So as you can see, we had Nawi, Lily and Leah, Seraphina. We had Gwyn and Talinas as well. We have the relics here, so the lantern, the Leah or the harp, and the Hand of Tyr as well. So a good showing from Nawi, clearing things out as she normally would do. We'll move on to Avengers. So this is the Avengers setup that I've got. It's not a full Avengers setup. We do have Atrops in there as well. The reason that I've gone for this setup is firstly the Holy Shield that's provided between Arkdina and Janna in the Deviant synergy. You've got healing from Lachesis and Sal, who will do the majority of the damage, and Atrops to give teams a big buff. Now we do already have effectively all of the artifacts that we'll need for completing this stage. So let's go ahead and jump into the battle. Now with this, it should be relatively quick, or a relatively quick battle. We are on a low level, Chaotic Space level 8. I think it goes up to 15 or 16, and as you can see, we're killing him in one hit. So even the relics are putting in work there. So over and around, it's not too difficult, these stages, if you've got a well-powered team. If you don't have a well-powered team, then certain other lineups, you can go into your clear records, and instead of by power, you can click by suitability, and it will just give you all of the teams who have completed it, who are most suitable for the units that you do have. As you can see, a lot of people have run through with Nawi, Marchia, or Marches, Macaria, however you pronounce it. I always struggle with her name. Lily and Leah, Talanas and Gwyn as well. So pretty standard setup of Glorians. You've got an Ethereal setup there, Valinators setup. But because we are on the Ethereals stage, we're going to go in like this. And the reason that I've gone in like this is because I do have a number of the different units. 1 sec. Just get all of these added in and saved as well. So we'll save those. Let me just go into my presets. We'll save over. And if you don't have, say, Euphoria and you don't have Karnak, you can build a setup like Ellie and Anubia, or even Portia in there as well. You can mix and match to try and get through, but this is the best setup for me. So we'll see how this one goes. Again, I suspect this is going to be over very quickly, just because we should be one-shotting these enemy units. Again, not too high attack-wise in this one. What you can do as well is also, I'll show you this in a second, you can use some of the other synergies. It doesn't really matter too much for me, but you can use the new synergies, so the Season 3 synergies. So if I go to the next stage here, Glorians, I'll take all of these out. We'll go to the Void Hunters synergy, and we're going to look for Glorians within this. And as you can see, there's not many. And the same is true here as well in Void Summoners. So there's no real compilation that you can have for the Glorians setup for this type of run. So we're just going to go back to our Glorians page. We'll choose our top Glorians, and then we'll add in our Atrops as well. So we will put the 2 support units down here. The reason that I've got this set up, my Seraphina does have full dodge runes, as does my Talanas as well. So both have full dodge runes to give that Holy Shield protection at the start. And the reason that I've put Atrops and Lily and Leah on the back row is because Nawi will give an increase in attack as well to backline units when she does trigger her passives and her ultimate and abilities. But again, I don't suspect we'll get through. We won't get through or to round 2 in this one. It's just going to be simple, going to be easy, and then we'll get through. Oh, we did get to round 2. So attack increase, and then now we to finish this off. Doing a fair chunk of damage there as well. So again, we've got Avengers. We've seen the Avengers setup before. We'll go through and battle. And over in round 2. And the reason that I haven't leveled everything up, so as you can see, this is the setup that I've got. I've got Avengers here. But the reason that I haven't leveled up these specifically, so the Valinators, Ethereal teams as well, is because if I do a sweep now on any of these that I haven't leveled up, we're going to get a minimum of uncommon 3, which is currently higher than our level for Ethereals, Mystifiers, and Valinators, as well as Dooms. So if I were to sweep on any of these now, the minimum I would get would be uncommon 2. For Glorians, uncommon 4, so on and so forth. So what I tend to do is I will build up 3 synergies. In this case, I built up Glorians, I've built up Summoners and Hunters, just to test them out and see how powerful they really are. And I can catch up later anytime that I do choose. So we'll get some more of these, some more of the cubes, and we'll go with an Ethereal build. Again, like I said, the slates that I've got for these units, the Ethereal slate is only at crude 2, and and so as we progress through, we should be able to build up a lot of the slates without having to do any sweeps for them. So again, this is the Avengers, and as you can see, we're slowly building up over the course of completing these. Dooms again, it's nowhere near the level that, or the rare level that I've got the highest units at, but this is the Doom setup that I've got. I don't have any Doom relics in here, so you know, you can choose to go and pick up one of the Doom's relics if you do want to just blast through with a Doom setup, if that's your best team. Relics I've got pretty standard. And I've got Doris, who I've recently leveled up to 12 stars. I've got Athusa, Madeline, Halios, and Lamia here. All of these are available effectively free to play, as long as you're willing to save your coins for a Doom setup. So you've got Lamia, who's available in the shop, Madeline, who's available in the shop, Halios is available in the guild shop. Athusa is not available anywhere else except for Rift Odyssey, which is where I've got all of my copies of her. So every time I get a ticket with her name on it, I will spend it on her rather than spending it on anything else. And Doris again available in the guild shop for your blue currency as well. So this is Glorians again, so we should be able to blast through this. Yep, 2 rounds. Easy enough, +5, but we're already at rare 2, and then Eals again here. So just blast through these, get the boss mission. Now we won't skip this one, but I do suspect it's going to be a very easy run. The only thing that might prove a problem is this token right here. So as you can see, because we don't have the right slate level, our team aren't doing nearly as much damage as we've seen in previous rounds, and the enemies, even though we haven't received any attacks yet, are doing significantly more damage than in previous rounds as well. So as you can see, we're not one-shotting all of the enemies, but Sal kindly there finishing them all off. So as you can see, it's this red here, applies Berserk to all enemies, permanently increasing their attack by 150% and max HP by 150% as well. So getting a lot of stats there. If you don't have the corresponding synergy slate, and the rare S3 Avengers synergy activated in the lineup was not met, so we don't counter that ability. So it is something to keep in mind if you are struggling with a particular stage, or if you are unable to progress. It may be because of this Berserk status, giving the extra 150% HP and the extra 150% attack. You should go ahead and, if you're unable to progress, go into sweep, and then you would sweep for that particular synergy until you get it up to the right level. I'm not going to do that at the moment because we do need as many of these for runs as possible. But let's go into Dooms here. And the same setup as last time. It's very satisfying when they do all collapse. Now again, Dooms is nowhere near rare, so we're not going to be doing as much damage with attacks as previously. As you can see here, reflect rate up to 960%, so we should be taking them out in one fell swoop because their attack is so high. And that's the secret with Dooms: the higher the attack of the enemy, the more damage you're going to do to them. So we'll sweep through. The Ethereal synergy here. And now we're on to a new Void Summoners synergy. So the Void Summoners that I've got here, I went with an Avengers build, but what you are supposed to do, I've just unequip these and put in our other relics. One sec. Sorry about that. Just had some family stuff to take care of. So, where are we up to? Void Summoners. Let's have a look. So, I haven't got too many Void Summoners active at the moment. I do have 1, 2, 3, 4. Void Summoners, they're okay. Let me just pull up what the synergy does. So here if we have 4 Void Summoners, gain 4 energy after each action, attack, defense and max HP of all allied summons by 30%, so it increases those stats, and if you have 5 of them you will get an increase of 40% as well. So very useful. Let me just have a quick check. So I think I can go with Gwyn as well. So we just level up. Sorry about that again, interrupted, but all good. So as we were looking, Void Summoners, let's have a look. So yeah, it's the 5 energy, and we were going to go into here and just get an additional Void Summoner. So we've got 3 Mystifier Void Summoners here. We've got 1 Avenger. No other Avengers for me, personally. You do have the new Avenger, Narissa, who would be absolutely fantastic if I did have a copy of her, but I don't. So, I think the last Void Summoner we're going to awaken is Gwyn. In fact, while we're here, let's do Valinators. Just get their season synergies up. Nyx. That should be good enough for a team. Dooms. Madeline. And probably Halios. He's not great, but he is a royal. Put 1 more in. Sure. Damn it. Glorians. Of course. Talidas. It's not any of the new synergies, unfortunately. But it is what it is. And then Ethereals. Don't really need another Ethereal, but might as well finish it off. We'll go with Ellie because she's the highest star for us. So we have our 5 Void Summoners. Let's jump back into Chaotic Space. Where were we? We were... grab you. We were up here. And Void Summoners. So, in order to counter this, rare Season 3 Void Summoner Synergy activated in the lineup. So let's go with a full Void Summoner setup and just see how we do.
Are there any more interesting souls? Stand behind me. My spear will pierce the sea.
Change our relics to Mystifier relics. We should be good here. And Janna here as the fail-safe as well. So our summoners are our summoned units. So you'll see here, Janna will summon 1, and she will increase her attack every time one of these dies. It's kind of counterproductive. But it is what it is. So, as you can see, Janna's attack increased there. And then we should get a double proc. Not of this, but of Sandra's ultimate here. Not the most impactful, but it does apply that corrode damage for a second time. It looks like we've taken out the main boss, which is great. Another one down. Yeah, so not super synergistic, but we do have 4 4 deviant synergy there as well. So it does increase the leech effect and gives us an attack bonus as well. And there we go. Easy enough. Now Mystifiers, we've basically just seen the Mystifiers set up, but I do have Astrid, Talos, Sandra, Dullahan and Catherine. We will take these out again. And add these in. Got full Mystifier relics, and we should be good to go with this one. The 2 deviant synergies and 2 celestial synergies, both providing excellent buffs. You get crit, increase crit, attack and HP, I believe, with the celestials, and as well we do have 4 royals and 3 monarch synergies. If my Astrid was high enough, it would be 4 monarch synergies, but it's what it is. So we've got some misses there from the enemy team. We get an increase in attack from all of our units, and a double proc of Dullahan's ultimate there. Now Astrid and Catherine to finish things off here.
It's time for a trade. Ride the waves. Follow my.
So there we go, as you can see, leveled up and increased the synergy slate as well, because we haven't leveled it up previously. So we do have Valinators left. So this is the Valinators setup that I've gone for. We'll take off these 2 and add these in. And we shouldn't need to do that for any other team. So I've got Elma. Eventually, when I get to a high enough level, going to the Mist Merchant, there is a relic down here. The shield. You want to get that shield as quickly as possible. Keeps backline allies alive, retain a minimum of 30% HP, and then recommended pairing with Elma, which can increase the survivability of the team. And the reason that they want you to pair it with Elma is because of his ability over here. So if we load up Elma,
I'll defend the court at all costs.
why not? While we're here. So his 4th ability, when you unlock him at 7 stars, Elma holds his ground and won't die as long as there is at least 1 ally alive, retaining a minimum of 20% HP. So that combines with a shield. If he doesn't die, none of your backline die. So we'll pop this in here. We're going to switch around Atrops and Themis. Now what we can do is we can take you out, and then we can put in another Void summoner as well, like Karnak, for example. And what that will do is it will allow us to stack up our attack quite a fair bit. So let me show you. So because we've added in 1 unit outside of the Valinators, the priority will be the Void Summoners, I believe. It's not, unfortunate. I'll show you on, sorry, Void Summoners, Void Hunters. I'll show you that on the next synergy setup here. So Elma just wiping the team. Very powerful unit. You can get him from the Oracle shop this season, so I would suggest doing so, as he is, like I said, a very powerful unit. And then this is the setup that I have for Void Hunters, and I'll just go through that synergy 1 second. So Void Hunters synergy. Each gain 5 energy after each activation. 10% of the healing received is converted into attack and defense. So I've gone for Lachesis, who's a healer, Catherine, who also has a very similar effect and stacks attack, Seraphina, who does big heals, Eudora and Karnak. Now, Eudora and Karnak, they are there. Karnak provides healing, and the healing does impact the amount of attack and defense that you receive, so it does proc the Void Hunter's synergy, and Eudora is just speaks for herself. I've got her exclusive gold runes. I don't have her exclusive red runes. I think that if I had the exclusive red runes, there would be absolutely no problem. So you can see every time we receive any healing, our attack and defense goes up as well. So increasing the survivability against bosses, for example, and also stacks with Catherine's passive as well. So you'll see in a sec. Catherine will. Catherine will receive double healing, and so will the team. So we increase our attack. As you can see, the next attack that we did was much more impactful than the first. Catherine dealing a fair bit of damage there as well. I just love that site. I really do. That's my new favourite site in the game. So that's that boss beaten. So that's all 3 of the bosses cleared. I think we've done every synergy now. Glorians, Void Summoners, Void Hunters. We have done Glorians and Mystifiers, Valinators, and Dooms as well. So yeah, that was just a quick sweep on how to get through the bosses. So if you go to Chaotic 9, we need to wait a day and also own 3 rare plus synergies as well. So a tactic you can do is once you have beaten the boss, so clear Chaotic 8 difficulty, we've beaten all the bosses here, we can just go ahead and use the remaining tokens to continue to sweep. So that's just about it from me. If you do have any questions, please do leave a comment below. If you do like the video, please do, and also if you can please subscribe, that would be fantastic. Thank you for watching. You have a good day.